Hey everyone, welcome back to Keeping Up with the Chaldeans. We're here with Ban Manna and Jim Manna. You might recognize them from a previous episode. They're here with the International Driver Testing Company.
That's right.
The company.
That's right.
Thanks for coming out, you guys. And we got Junior Binno here as usual.
What up, peeps?
Hi, Junior.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Anthony.
Hey,
How
buddy.
are you?
Good to have you guys on.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank you for having us here.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
It's our pleasure.
Awesome.
Why don't you start off, Ban, and just tell us a little bit about the testing, the company, and
A little history
how
of
it
it
got
too.
started, and a little bit about yourself too.
Okay. Well, this business has been in the family for the past 30, 40 years.
Mhm.
My uncle Basim Shadal started it,
Okay.
and once he retired, I decided to pick up and continue with the business. I've been doing this for about 8 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a driver testing examiner. We have a driving school.
Yep.
We do testing for auto and motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
And
why did you get it started?
Well, I wanted to do something for our community.
Yep.
We had a lot of refugees that are in the Michigan in the United States that does not speak very well English.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured if there's someone out there to speak the language, it will be a lot easier for them to take a road test, to take the training where they understand rules, regulations of the driving.
And then, so people that didn't speak the language, how did they take the test? Was the test written in
Well,
Arabic,
the-
or were
yeah.
you translated for them, or how does
There's-
that work?
Excellent question.
The written test
Yeah.
is in English and there is in Arabic as well, but
Mhm.
not everyone knows how to read and
Right,
write
Arabic.
English or
Or
Arabic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So once they get their permits,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's when we come. We train them. We make sure they understand
Yep.
everything before they take their test.
So how does that even happen for them to even get a permit? Is who helps them with the permit side if they're not inclined to be able to read and write? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause,
Yeah,
you know, that's
there's interpreters that they can
Okay.
go with them.
Is that
and
something you guys can provide to help out with that?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
And they can, if they don't have anybody, they can ask
Yeah.
the state, and they do have a list.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, translators that can, they
Yeah.
can call them and they can.
Yeah.
lead
Is that
them.
Chaldean and Arabic? They can-
Chaldean and Arabic and all different
Really?
languages. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That list
Yes.
is updated by the state of Michigan every 2 years.
Every
Oh,
2
really?
years.
And
Yes.
how does somebody volunteer to do something like that? Just in case, like, one
Yeah.
of our viewers wants to do something like that.
Absolutely.
Excellent question.
There's you just call the state and they'll send you, or you can they'll either email
Mhm.
or there's a questionnaire that you have to
To apply for.
Yeah, you have to apply and fill
Sure.
out and send it back to them.
Yeah,
And
that'd be a cool
once you're
job.
approved,
Yeah.
they'll send you.
Yeah.
So that's
approval form.
right. So that's part of your business. Who else do you cater to? Like what other age ranges and people do you cater to? And
All ages.
Yep.
All ages. The driving school is we have for teens and adults,
Mhm.
and all our instructors are they're
Multilingual.
teach multilingual,
Okay.
and they teach for all ages.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so you have the Chaldean, Arabic, and American, and
We have
everything.
Yeah,
ton
All walks
Indian-
of life,
Uh,
right?
Indian
Indians,
customers. Nice.
Pakistanians,
So all walks of
Brazil,
life. Then.
from all over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially the company is called International.
Yep.
Yes.
So we get people from all over.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Japanese. We have a Japanese company that hires Ban and some of her other employees strictly for
Training.
training them to get
yeah.
their licenses in the state of Michigan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wow, that's
Wow,
beautiful.
it's little things like that.
Yeah.
Like we don't even
People
take
don't-
into
yeah, right,
consideration.
right.
Yeah, like us, it
Yeah.
was just
Sure.
because obviously the license is a privilege, right?
Right,
Absolutely.
exactly.
And it's a
yeah.
privilege that can be taken away and given at any point
Yeah.
in time back.
I remember
but
the judge saying that many times. Having your license is a privilege.
it's a
Yes.
privilege. Yeah, people don't get that.
So-
You know,
Absolutely.
it can, that privilege can be taken away at any point in time.
Yep.
Well, now
I-
you have Uber, so it's not such a stiff penalty as
Well-
it was before.
Well,
Back in
well-
the day when we lost our license, it was like, man,
How do you get a ride?
Yeah, how do you
How
get
do
a
you get a
ride?
ride?
What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Take your chances.
That's exactly. That's
Driving
exactly.
while license suspended.
That's-
Driving while
That's what
license
the thumb was
suspended.
for.
Driving while license suspended.
Yeah. Now you can get away with like being able to get the secondary ride.
Yeah.
But man, it still becomes a costly pain in
Yeah,
the
yeah, for
ass
sure.
because
No,
waiting
no
and
doubt.
going through that. I went through that before. I mean, listen, I'm older. I mean, when I was young, there was times I didn't pay tickets, and then the license would be suspended,
Exactly.
and you wouldn't think about it. And here you go, you're driving, And it seems today they've made it a little easier. Like back then, they would arrest you on the spot. You'd have to go to jail. Then you go through the whole 9 yards. Now they allow you to do either pay the ticket on the spot, but someone's got to come pick you up rather than book you and go through all this. What I've seen.
Yeah.
Sure.
So something that's changed. But I'm not saying not pay your tickets. Pay your
Right.
tickets
Yeah,
so you don't
absolutely.
got to go through that headache.
Yeah,
because,
we got so many people, they come in for
Yeah. Not
the
suspended license and
examination,
stuff.
for suspended license,
Mhm.
DUIs. They have a restricted license, and yeah, we have to observe them, give them the road test, and make sure they're capable of driving safely.
People don't. People sometimes lose the fact that your car's a weapon. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's a big
Yes,
machine
yes.
that you're in control of that could hurt, kill, do anything.
Absolutely.
Thousands of
Yes.
pounds.
Yes,
Thousands of
coming
pounds,
at
yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So when you're at the force of 70 miles an hour, you're actually at 140 when you're hitting somebody head on because
That's
you,
right.
you're double the impact.
Cars don't kill people. People kill people.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
Where have I heard
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Guns?
Yeah, maybe guns. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. What are some of these things we have out here?
Well, yeah, we have some stickers like the student driver tickets,
Yep.
stickers that
Yep.
you can put on the cars. We have some cars, and these are the pamphlets.
These are all promotional items. Is what this is that?
No,
what
no,
they
these are things that are given out by the state
They're
of
given
Michigan.
out.
Yeah, for them to
Remember,
use.
international driver testing is everything that we do is promulgated by the state of Michigan.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So,
So when they're driving, they've got to work with these on their cars and their bumpers and stuff.
Oh,
exactly,
gotcha.
certain
Yeah.
colors,
Yep.
we have to
Okay.
abide by
Yeah.
certain colors,
Certain
certain rules and
colors, yeah.
regulations.
Yep.
And those books that we have,
Yep, these up
anybody
here.
can pick up. They can
Yep.
pick any of these books from the Secretary of State, and we have them as well. If anybody
Oh, cool.
needs any of those books, it helps a lot before they take their test. Yeah. it
What a
helps
lot of
to
people
read
don't
them.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure by experience they do know, but is that so many offenses with driving lands you a lot of times to your school. People
Yeah.
got to come see you
Yeah.
to be able to go forward and either avoid.
Retraining or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Drivers improvement. is
Drivers
that what that
improvement.
is?
yes,
Yeah. Yep.
yes, absolutely.
Yep. So you guys are based off of Northwestern for your
Yes,
office and
yes, in Farmington
in
Hills.
Farmington Hills,
Yeah.
but you do your training and everything out of West Bloomfield High School.
The training for the minors, for
Sure.
underage, yes,
West
at West
Bloomfield.
Bloomfield High School, and then the adults are all.
So for guys like me who
Farmington
actually had
Hills.
to come see you for
Farmington Hills.
retraining, right? Okay.
Gotcha.
Then the motorcycle testing is also done at the high school. There's actually a track set up for the motorcycle.
Okay.
And that's where, so if you're trying to get your motorcycle license, we also do that. And a lot of people ask me, so your wife drives a motorcycle? I go, no. She
No.
doesn't. She just stands there.
Yeah,
She just stands there and watch you drive the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knows the
You're
Yeah, what do you mean? Comes up Billy Badass in her Harley on a Saturday, right, and pulls up. So let's go, boys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
So
the
a lot,
actual-
a lot of things have changed from when we all took our exams and stuff like that and went through driver's training.
Right.
What's the process nowadays? Like, how does it go?
Yeah, it's probably the same.
Yeah?
Yeah. They still have the underage. They still have to do there's a program that's 24 hours of classroom, 6 hours behind the wheel, and 4 hours of observation time
And,
where
and
they
how
have
does
to sit in
that
the
how
car.
does that time break out? Like 24
Yeah.
hours is what? Like an hour here, hour there, 2 hours what?
No, 24 hours is the classroom is every 2 hours. So
Oh,
within,
2 hours at a
yeah,
session.
at
2
a
hours per-
session.
So they go. You see them 12 times.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And between those 12 times, like in the weekends or after school, if they're in school during like the winter time, we can take them out driving.
Okay.
They need 6 hours of driving, and they also have to have 4 hours of observation time where they have to sit in the back while someone else is driving.
Okay.
really,
Yeah, so they take turns.
yeah.
Yeah, one drive 1 hour, the other one sits in the back, and then the
They're
Yeah.
watching other
other
minors drive.
drive.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
others.
Is that why they
yeah.
used to take us with them?
Yeah.
I had no idea why I was. I'm like,
Yeah,
what am I
you-
doing in the
Yeah.
car?
Yeah, we'd ride 3 deep and the one guy in the front. Yeah, it's like it's cool,
That's funny.
Didn't even know these
so
kids.
far,
and
and
jumped
then
in
somebody
them.
else is taking
Yeah,
turns.
yeah,
Yeah.
Take
yeah.
turns.
I remember I did mine
I
in
guess
Southfield.
you learn
back
because
then.
you're listening to other
Listening
people's
to
mistakes too.
exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
It's-
interesting.
It is. Yes.
Things have changed within our area here. I mean, even to learn, we're now dealing with roundabouts. Like we never grew up with.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. You should see some
Right.
people. Like holy cow!
Yeah.
I'm like,
It is nuts.
oh, well, they stop in the middle of it. Like
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
that's the hardest thing I think with
don't
driving.
understand.
Yeah.
It's the common sense. That's the
Exactly.
killer part.
Yeah,
How
but
do you
those are
teach
new.
that?
Those are
Yeah.
new. Like
Yeah.
like 20 years from now, it'll be norm. It'll be the
It'll be
norm.
norm.
What's crazy
Yeah.
is
Well, actually, there won't
they're,
be any
they're
cars
new
on the
here
road anymore.
Yeah,
They're
right.
always going to be autonomous,
Yeah,
right?
autonomous.
Yeah.
They're new here, but they've been
Europe.
forever in Europe
Yeah.
and Middle
Yeah.
East and
Yeah, yeah.
the rest
Yeah.
of the world.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're just getting to that.
Yeah.
What's your thought? I mean, now that you're dealing with a lot of this driver's training and stuff like that. I mean, we are getting an autonomous cars, self-driving
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah.
Someone's got to teach themselves
Yeah.
driving cars to drive.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, and
They still have to have a license. They still
Yeah.
need to know how to drive.
Doesn't that kind of scare you though? I mean, isn't it kind of scary? So far, what I've
Scares the
seen
heck out of me.
come on, I've seen some of the stories on Tesla and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Shit's scary. Hitting the back of semi trucks, cars, catching a.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they're all plugged into a satellite, and
Yep.
so one day that's going to be what
Yeah.
the terrorists hit.
Yeah,
us
a
up with
hack.
is just
And all of a sudden, was driving cars right into like each other or
other.
walls
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. It's crazy.
all
I
at the
just,
same time.
yeah, I just, I don't get it. So how do you deal with I'm just curious because it's such a touchy subject, but I mean, drunk drivers are the hardest people that we deal with on the road for the most part. In the sense of like the danger that we deal with. When they come see you,
Yes.
aren't you emotionally tied to that situation? Like, how do you feel like you're thinking to yourself, holy shit, this guy just was double the limit and I've got to now get them right. Do I really think they're going to be good that in 2 more months they're not going to come see me again?
we're not going to see the
Yeah.
details that the judge has or something that
Or-
they did in court.
Okay.
Right.
I mean,
right.
Bonds sometimes will ask them, by the way, how did you lose your license? And they'll
Yeah.
they'll be they'll be honest and say,
Yeah.
I did this stupid or I did this or I
Yeah,
moved
and-
out of state. Sometimes they just
What's
moved
the
out of state.
majority? What's the
And
majority of
it's-
reasons you've seen that
It's
people?
not that many, but we do see, and a lot of them now, they have to blow into a device,
Okay.
and they have cameras.
Okay.
So we got to make sure that the car's turned off completely. They
Yeah.
turn on the car. They blow into the device. There's cameras.
So they come
catch all
see
this.
you and they're already in that position.
Yes.
Getting the wow.
Yes. Yes.
And you call them a chmarda and you give them their
And then.
situation.
Ubas?
And then every,
What do you mean,
every 10,
Ubas,
15
Khmara?
minutes they have to blow into it
Yeah, that's
while
what
they're
I'm saying.
driving, and
Yeah.
yes, and
Wow.
but that's if they want to get their license reinstated,
Mm-hmm.
if this is what they need to do, they're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and
They're not the
usually-
victim.
Right,
They're,
right.
they're not the victim.
Yes, that's
They need
true.
to keep that mentality too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And driving's so important to know. So for you to teach these classes, there's a lot of responsibility on your end that you're passing on,
Yes.
to be able to get someone to understand what they're doing. There's a lot of things that, your chances of your airplane having a situation versus your car chances
Yeah.
of accidents are higher. And that's because you have so many people that, again, they lack common sense when you see sometimes people doing things that they do. And it's sad. Have you ever had to turn people down to say, listen, I just don't think you qualify? And
It happens a lot.
Okay.
Yes, it happens a lot.
You have
we
to.
Yes, we have a lot of people that come from out of state.
right.
They drive on the right-hand side instead of the left. They make mistakes. Things like this, when we see this going on the road, we bring
Yep.
them right back. We tell them, "I'm sorry, you're not eligible to
So you've had
have
to
a
turn
route."
people down.
Oh yes, many times.
You have to.
And what we do is we train them,
Mhm.
and we get them ready for the test. We make sure they understand the rules, regulations of the road.
Mhm.
Once we see them, they're ready.
Yes.
And then we tell them, now you can take our road test, whether it's with us or with a different company.
So-
We make sure the first thing when we teach, the first thing we teach about is safety.
Yes.
We got to make sure everyone knows the rules to be safe on the
Sure.
road. Safety for them, safety for others.
Yeah.
And that's what we work
promote.
on a lot.
So let's
Yeah.
talk about that. How in the hell do you get in that car?
Yes.
That's I just want listen. I don't. I mean,
know, I get-
I'm just saying, in the sense of it, we're all newbies at 16, 17,
Yes.
15. You're getting your permit.
Yes.
I give you. Listen. I'm the guy that's beeping at you to hurry up and move.
What's the
sometimes? But
So with that said, what's the pass fail? What's the difference between a passing
Pass and
person or a
fail?
failing person?
Okay. Well, first of all, the test consists of two parts: the parking and, driving on the road. They do have to pass the parking in order for them to drive on the road. Now, if they don't, they'll have to retake the test, and they have to, of course, pay the fee again. And we always give them at least 24 hours, to train or to get themselves like
To
a
be able to
lesson
come back and do the test again.
Right.
to
Can,
come
can I ask
back
them a
another
question?
day. Yes.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
What do you think is the number one reason that kids or people fail the test in the parking? Remember, if they don't pass the parking, they can't go on the road. Think of a certain way of parking.
It's got to be parallel.
Parallel parking.
Number one.
Yeah.
Number
parallel
one.
parking.
That's the number one
They just
failure.
can't parallel park.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why they got these cars now that'll parallel
Yeah.
park themselves.
Yeah.
Well, they can't
And
use them
they're
on the
using-
test.
They can't do that, but they can use cameras now, can't they?
Yes,
The state
yes,
of Michigan
yes.
now allows you
Allowed
to use
the
cameras,
cameras, yeah.
during the test.
Well,
Yes.
because there are cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
equipped-
All cars are
equipped
equipped
with
with
cameras,
the
right?
cameras now. Yeah.
But they had to approve that. They had to think about that. And then,
you know what's
approve it.
crazy?
Got to think about everything.
My partner's from New York. We obviously don't have this problem here. I mean, he's probably one of the best parallel parkers I've ever seen. The guy gets like this close.
Right.
Like I've been in the car from him and I hear the beep, 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 back and forth. So I went there to visit them. It's so bad over there from the parallel parking. They put those inflatable things at the end of the bumpers. So between cars,
serious?
yeah. So when cars, they let you hit car to car
yeah.
to
Wow.
get fitted in. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
wow.
Crazy.
So they put
That
these
is-
inflatable pieces in
That's
between car
crazy.
to car.
I
Yeah.
can't believe it.
Yep. So
That's nuts.
I do understand that parallel. Even I get clowned on this day.
Right.
They always test me. Go ahead, let me see you do it. You know.
Fine. So how many tests a year do you guys run through?
We do over 2,000 tests a year.
2,000?
Yes.
Wow.
We're one of the largest. We're going to be expanding to the east side of
East
town
side,
soon
hopefully,
because
soon.
of our
Oh,
community.
nice.
And you can't, many people have called us and said, we want to open up a testing site. You can't. The testing sites are based on population, the state of Michigan's population. And it was very, very difficult. There was a lot of governmental lobbying that had to be done to get this because it was based on, it was community based.
Yep.
It wasn't based on a need of we want to open up a business. This was based on a community of having 30,000.
Community's needs.
Correct.
Yes.
Right,
Thank
right,
you.
right.
We had 30,000 Chaldean refugees come over in the last 10 years.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And
You made a
this,
case.
This was needed. We did make a case, and the because of it, the company took off like a bandit. It was just crazy.
So-
Great.
now we're waiting for the state of Michigan to approve our second site, or really third, for the east side of town. Maybe hopefully Sterling Heights.
yeah, it's
Cool.
definitely that we're definitely a large population there.
And
Yeah.
did you have to? I mean, West Bloomfield High School is over there, so you obviously have to have another high school, or is that
No,
is that all it
no,
is,
no.
or-
We're,
Just a
we're
testing
open just
site.
for the testing site.
Yeah.
What is the
Yeah.
testing? What, like come in and
We're the actually
for the driver
we actually
test.
take the car and there's a parking lot.
Yep.
right the parking lot
Yeah.
is what
Yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
So the West Bloomfield is where the parking lot is.
For
So now,
For-
for
for-
the east side, you're going to have another parking lot, right?
correct,
Somewhere?
correct. And
No, the parking lot is in Farmington Hills.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually at
Bloomfield
the
is just a
Chaldean Chamber
classroom.
Yeah,
building.
yeah.
Class,
Or
they're
le-
actually
level,
yeah
level
for the
one
students, the
Yeah,
younger
yeah, yeah.
ones that are
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
in. That's West Bloomfield, and then she does motorcycles there at West Bloomfield for that
Correct.
parking lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very
Everything
good.
else is
Okay.
on in Farmington. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's good. You're expanding. That's a big
Yes.
thing. Good. We
Yes.
commend you on that. And then
Thank
you're
you.
definitely reaching out to a stronger Chaldean community
Absolutely.
because they are much more populated on that side of town than our West Bloomfield and those
Yeah.
significant areas. Let me ask you this: you said we. So what's your role in this, big fella?
He's a
Well,
Frenchman. He's the
I-
Frenchman.
Yeah.
First of
we-
all, Ban has said many times that if I got into a car with one of these kids, I'd probably kill them or scream at them. I'd never make it because it gets that scary. And I mean, I pray for her all the time because it truly is a dangerous
Have to.
business.
Yes.
In
Well,
that
obviously
respect.
she's fearless. She married you.
Jumped into the Manna group. What do you mean? The whole team.
Edit.
But no, so I'm the governmental affairs guy. You know, anything that we need with the state of Michigan, with applications, with renewals, with lobbying, with going up for any issues. I'm the guy. I'm the guy that does that. You know, we've had our new Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson, at our home. She's a wonderful supporter of our community, and you know, our IDT is one of the largest testing sites, and we work extremely hard. Bon's got a great team that's helping her. I don't do the everyday, day-to-day affairs, but I help out when I'm needed for anything that has to do with the state of Michigan.
Nice.
Which is great. How do you acquire a lot of this business? Do you get referrals from like the state, or do?
Yes. We
Okay.
are on the, for instance, if you go and apply for a permit
Yeah.
to get a driver license,
Yep.
they give you a list after you get your
Yeah,
permit.
every
And
Secretary
we're
of
on
State
the
of
list.
Michigan has
Yeah.
our
Okay.
name,
List, yeah.
Okay.
has us
So
on the list. In addition to that, we have a website. What's the website?
We have a internationaldrivertesting.com.
Yeah.
Okay. And I choose, and I say, okay, I'm choosing IDT to come in and do the.
Or you might Google say,
Yeah.
I need to do
Google,
Sure.
a driver test. We're going to come up.
Okay,
So-
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, I also heard you guys earlier before we did the interview mentioned you have the ability to do private lessons as
Lessons,
well.
yes, we do.
Let's get into
Yeah.
that a little bit because
Yeah.
some people feel less comfortable being with those 3 kids in the car, and
Sure,
so
sure.
Yeah.
what's that about, and how
Okay,
do
private lessons, for instance, for minors.
Mhm.
A parent calls me and she says, my daughter, she just finished segment 1 and I can't sit with her in the car. I'm afraid. She's not a good driver yet.
Okay.
I don't know how she drives.
Yep.
I need someone, I need help. And that's when we come in. So we take him out on the road. I make sure they,
Are doing everything correctly.
correctly.
Following the rules.
Yeah, and
getting their time in.
We'll also
Exactly.
cater to certain, again, it's international driver testing, so we've got people that have called that for religious reasons. The guy would say, I don't want a man to
We want a
teach my
female.
wife. I want a female to teach my
female
wife. And
to do the road testing or teach
Yeah.
my wife.
all of that.
Yeah.
Or
So you
vi-
cater
or
it
vice
to
versa.
to what the
Absolutely.
client's looking
Yes,
for.
yes.
Now, next question, because it relates to my situation, but and anybody like who has some disability or whatever. Have you dealt with that? Like, so do I never checked into this, but when I lost my arm, I didn't know if I was supposed to follow up, acknowledge that to Secretary of State. You know what I'm saying? Because were they going to make me put there's knobs that you
There's
can put on the
knobs
steering wheel and go through
yeah.
all that? Because I have friends that are in wheelchairs too, and they
Yeah.
so. Do you help also people that are disabled too? Do they come see you to get the stuff?
It depends on the disability.
Sure.
Yeah, because
What have you,
there's,
like, yeah,
there's
what-
other examiners, other testers, other companies that they do specializing
For
in-
that.
For that.
Have you
yeah.
ever dealt with it, you guys at IDT?
I've had like a couple of for steering wheel, yeah,
Yep.
when they have a knob.
Knob, yep.
Yeah, not
Mi-
that many.
minor ones, okay.
I
Yeah,
had a couple
not that
blind
many.
guys calling
yeah.
in, but she turned them down, unfortunately.
I wonder if
There
I
you go.
know them. I was gonna we're gonna do a video of him, but we're gonna have him driving in the
That's a good
parking lot.
idea.
So well, I mean, if you guys want to promote it, you can just say you can teach anybody.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
That's a great idea.
You can teach anybody.
Omar and Angela.
Yeah. You can have the Angel in the passenger seat, Omar just riding the whip.
That'd be a phenomenal idea.
Yeah, it'd be great, especially since both of them went to Westminster High School. So that's good. So people can find you online. People can find you at Secretary of State.
list, yes.
Let me ask you this. So you had your uncle that was doing this before. Who was your biggest
Yes.
motivation for you to take it on and continue this business? And are you looking to ever pass it on to the next family member, or do you ever plan on selling out at some point?
Yes, no, passing on.
Okay, so you're going to keep it
Definitely.
within?
Yes, within.
Good. And are you the only Chaldean-owned driving school that we know of?
No,
or-
there's
okay.
a lot of
Testing
Chaldean-owned
sites,
driving,
yes.
but
Okay,
testing
that's
sites,
what I'm
I'm
saying.
the only
The only
Chaldean.
Chaldean-owned
Yeah,
Good.
the only
testing site.
Good.
Chaldean.
Well, good
And
to
a
know.
minority. I mean, she's a woman.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's a woman.
Yeah. No, that's big.
I swear.
I swear.
He ain't lying. So what else? Anything else that you guys can give us that the viewers, or let's just say this: do you ever need help where you can hire some? Maybe if the viewers are looking, and if there
Yes.
is, like, what kind of roles would you hire them in as?
Yes, actually, we do need, and we're looking for instructors, driver instructors right now.
Okay.
Hopefully, if someone can,
What are the qualifications?
well, they have to be certified by state of Michigan. Or, yeah,
How
they
long does
have-
that take?
One get, yeah.
Nowadays, it doesn't take long. They have to, of course, take the program. It's about
Sure.
3.5 months program.
Okay.
And once they complete the program, they become certified.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you say now? Was it longer before? Back in the days?
Yeah, when I did it, it was a lot longer.
It was?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
it
Why
was.
did they shrink it down?
They-
It seemed that we have more drivers
Yeah.
these days, you know?
You know what? I'm
point.
not sure. I'm not sure the reason. It could be because Saturday now they go full day,
Okay.
where I didn't do that.
Sure.
Like, it could. It's the hours.
Yeah.
Maybe it's been changed. I have.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that, but I know when my brother went, because my brother is with me, and he's.
And who's your brother?
Safa Sulaqa.
Okay.
Yeah, so we call him Steve, and he went for 3 months. My son-in-law just finished his certification as well.
How many
and he's
employees do you have
working with
now?
us. Right now we're 6 to 8
Oh,
people.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we're looking for more. We need
Yep.
we need more instructors.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we don't have to say it because you mentioned before you're expanding now, so you're going to need more
Yes,
definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which sounds like if you already got a half a dozen more on this side, you're going to probably need about a half a dozen or more on that side.
Sure.
So
Yes.
Sure.
yeah, so viewers, if you're looking, if you have a thought about wanting to do something or get involved, and if you can speak good Sudat Arabic, that helps along
Oh,
with
yes,
it too.
yes,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's a big plus. So they can reach out and get to you, and that's IDT, which is International Driver Testing. Yep.
We also, you may want to know, like, the cost. And the cost to do a motorcycle test or an auto test is $60, I believe.
That motorcycle is $50.
50, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And how long does it
$50
take?
motorcycle.
Like, what is it like? Is it an
Motorcycle
afternoon?
is like half an hour.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, it doesn't take long because it's 4 exercises they have to do in the parking lot.
You ever seen those 3-wheel motorcycles?
Yeah.
So like, am I
Yeah, yeah.
able as with one arm to
Yeah.
be able to get licensed with?
we've had a few of
Absolutely.
those.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
wild.
Another good thing to know, we talked about safety a lot, is all of our vehicles have an additional brake.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
parents,
passenger.
parents can feel
Yeah.
comfortable that
Yeah.
when their
When
child
we're
is taking
teaching
a
them.
test in our vehicles, the instructor has an additional brake.
It's only a brake, right? It's no steering wheel.
No,
No steering wheel.
I've seen those cars where
I
they have
have
2 steering
two
wheels.
st- yep.
But one doesn't work. I think one's just to hold
You
on
you
to.
could switch up if in case, I believe, because when we were younger we did it at Southfield, I remember, but he had 2, but I know
Did they have
the brake was there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, brakes is a
Brake was
must.
there for sure.
Yeah.
So,
Slam on it when you see something. Like I said, that's the scary shit, man. I don't trust myself sometimes getting in the car, but I drive slow. They call me driving Miss Daisy, so.
I love it. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's good.
I'm always under the limit.
Yeah,
So
that's
I use
beautiful.
cruise control a lot. That's just because you get so much problems of like thinking, and then like you have distractions, phone, radio.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? I mean, that's probably a lot of problems you see of these kids texting and driving. That
Number
probably
one.
Yeah.
Number one problem.
It's terrible.
it's horrible.
It's not
I'm
just
guilty.
kids.
I'm
Distracted.
he yelled at me.
Distracted.
It's adults too.
Yeah, what do you mean?
It's
He
adults,
yelled at me.
too.
He was sitting in my passenger saying, I'm not lying. I'm not, there's no denying it. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
I mean, not who doesn't. A lot do this. I'm flipping through Facebook as I'm cruising. He goes, what the hell are you doing? He goes, what in the hell are you doing right now? He goes, he looked over. He goes, what are you doing? And I'm thinking, so I mean, it's shitty because guys laugh. They're like, man, the guy's got one arm. He's on 2 phones.
He's trying to show me.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? Show me.
Yeah.
I wanna see your Facebook.
So,
You drive.
so yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure that's a big problem these days too.
So
They
you
were
guys-
supposed to crack on. They never.
Yeah. They have. I mean,
A lot
still
of
get
states,
tickets.
like when we visit our daughter in California, we're not
No hands law, right? You
Oh
can't do
yeah,
anything.
you better not be looking at your phone.
Yeah,
Right.
anything.
It's a huge,
even
yeah.
touching your
So
dash
there's-
screen,
there's-
nothing.
There's several states like that actually. I don't know. I think we should push that legislation in Michigan because
Big time.
a lot of the accidents today are caused by cell phones.
So
Everybody knows.
you
You'd
know-
be shocked
Yeah.
if you stand on the side of the road. Do
Yes.
this one day.
Oh
Just
no, you'll see it.
you'll
You
see
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I see it every time.
Shocking.
Every time I'm driving, I look to my left,
You
look
look-
to my
If
right.
you
There's always
videotape people on a date,
So true.
Yeah, but then you're guilty as well.
Yeah.
So am I.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if you're videotaping them, then
You're
you're
gonna be on
guilty
the
of
phone.
using your
Yeah.
phone
Yeah.
too. So,
Yeah.
you're being on the
so
phone.
why don't you guys shout out some of your family? I know you just said something about California and the daughter and something. And
I was a born alone kid. I don't have any family.
okay, that's what they all say.
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
So
yeah,
there's only 7 of us.
yeah.
My real name is Mo Green.
Mo Green, yeah.
Mo Green,
You want to shout out some of the family, some of the kids, some of the
Yes,
friends,
yes, we
anything
have.
that helped you out along the
Between me
way.
and Jim, we have 7 kids.
Mhm.
And
5 grandkids.
5 grandkids.
Can you believe this lady's a grandma?
God bless.
Yes,
Oh.
yes, 5
God bless.
grandkids.
And what do the kids do?
Your grandkids?
No, pee, shit,
Okay,
poo,
Jim.
and
True. All right, well, go ahead.
Todd's a social worker in Connecticut.
Okay,
Rachel's an actor in Los Angeles.
nice.
Chanel works for Loan Depot.
Okay,
Raquel works for the company. Alexa's becoming a ultrasound tech at Henry Ford Hospital. She's finished with her undergrad from Oakland University in science.
nice.
Chad works for General Motors downtown. And who's that leave?
Michael.
Oh, Michael. Cushman and Wakefield in Chicago. So unfortunately, we have 3 out of state already.
Wow.
Connecticut, Chicago, Illinois, and Los Angeles, California. And then the other 4 are all here.
Good,
So
good for you guys. Sounds like you guys raised some good ones.
Very
big
cool.
family. We love
Yeah.
it. We love it.
What
We're very
about-
blessed.
What about
very
parents,
blessed.
grandparents?
They're all 3 of them are around. My parents are both around.
Yep.
Frank and Hannah.
Frank
You
and
know
Hannah.
Hannah Manna?
Of
Hannah
course.
Manna, everybody knows Hannah Manna.
Big shout out to Hannah Manna for
Yes.
all you people. I still get stopped at parties and say, "Your mother taught me
Yeah.
35 years ago
Yeah.
when we came to America."
And then you tell them, well, my mom didn't teach me shit. She wasted her time on all my other siblings.
Yeah, a lot of people know Fuad Menna, my
Oh, yeah.
father, and
Yeah.
all the publications that he did over the years.
Yeah.
And very well respected and loved. He's still
Yeah.
around, 83 years old today.
Yeah.
God bless.
And
We ran into him at the chamber about a month ago, you and I.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yep.
know. I never.
Yeah. What do you think? Martin just hugs every little old man?
No, I didn't. I swear to you. Like, listen, your mom, I know because my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Right.
plus Omar
Thank you.
was around. Like, Hannah Manna. Everybody knew Hannah Manna.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll never come on this show without saying thank you, Anthony, for being the leader that you are with the Chaldean American Chamber of
that's
Commerce.
So nice.
Yes.
One of the greatest recruiters of all time in the history of the Chaldean Chamber of Commerce. And you're great. So
Thank you. That's very
big shout
kind
out
of
to the
you.
Chaldean Chamber.
Very kind.
If you're not a member, then something's wrong. You're not
Yeah.
doing any business.
Yep. You shouldn't be in business.
Oh, by the way, is IDT part of the Chaldean American Chamber?
Yes, it is.
Of course.
Yeah, right.
Okay, good. Just checking.
That's hilarious.
Make sure.
So we try to kick off or close out each show by asking, what does it mean to you to be Chaldean? Like, to you, what does it mean? Like, what, like,
Well, I'm just going to say a few words. I'm very proud to be a Chaldean.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You know,
Beautiful.
I read something just today, and it's funny. I was not prepared for this, but I saw this, and it reminds me of my faith. So I'm gonna stand. It's a beautiful saying that
Let's
says,
hear it.
I stand with the Catholic Church. I'm born Catholic, raised Catholic, stay Catholic, and I die Catholic. So I'm Catholic yesterday, today, and forever. And I want to change that to say, I
Chaldean.
stand with the Chaldean
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
I was born Chaldean, raised Chaldean. I want to stay Chaldean, and I want to die Chaldean. I'm Chaldean yesterday, today, and forever.
God bless, man. That's
So
awesome.
That's
that's
a
something
good
I'm
one.
very, very
Very
proud
nice.
of.
Awesome.
Yes.
Good.
God bless America.
Yeah, Chaldean and
Yeah.
Catholic is interchangeable.
Exactly.
That's
Yep.
true.
Exactly.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, and you guys, everyone, support the IDT and spread the word.
Yeah. Thank you
Yes.
guys. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
giving
Thank
us
you
this
for
having us
opportunity.
again.
And I want to
Thank
thank the community for all the support that they give IDT. So thank you very, very much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the expansion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Can't
much.
wait.
East side.
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. Cool. Thanks,
See you
guys.
until next week.